Ever ask your buddy how he's doing? Maybe you're just checking in after a long week, or you notice he's been a little quieter than usual. You toss out a casual, "Hey man, how's it going?" hoping for a real answer. But instead, you get the classic, "I'm fine." It's so automatic, it's almost like a reflex, something we say without even thinking about it. That phrase, "I'm fine," gets tossed around so much, it's lost its meaning. It's become a shield, a way to dodge real conversation. Most of the time, it's just easier to say you're fine than to open up about what's really going on. But here's the thing, sometimes, "I'm fine" is actually a hidden SOS, a quiet call for help that's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. Think about it. How many times have you said you're fine when you're really not? Maybe you didn't want to burden anyone, or you felt like your problems weren't important enough to share. Maybe you just didn't have the words. That's what makes "I'm fine" so tricky. It's a phrase that can mean everything or nothing at all. When your friend says he's fine, sometimes he's hoping you'll see past the wall. He wants you to notice the hesitation in his voice, the way he avoids eye contact, or how his smile doesn't quite reach his eyes. He's hoping you'll ask again, dig a little deeper, and show that you actually care. I remember my friend Dave. He went through a rough patch. His relationship ended, he got into a fender bender, and his favorite team lost a big game all in the same week. When I checked in, he just shrugged and said, "Yeah, I'm fine." But I could tell he was carrying a lot more than he let on. I asked, "You good?" He nodded, "Yeah, I'm fine." But his voice was flat, and he wouldn't meet my eyes. It was obvious he wasn't okay, but he didn't know how to say it. That's the thing about guys. Sometimes we're taught to tough it out, to keep our struggles to ourselves. There's this pressure to always have it together, to never show weakness. So instead, we hide behind "I'm fine," hoping someone will notice the cracks in the armor. We're trained to accept that first "I'm fine" and move on. It's easier for everyone. No awkward conversations, no uncomfortable emotions. But that's exactly why so many guys end up feeling isolated, even when they're surrounded by friends. Ignoring it is like ignoring a check engine light on your car. You know something's wrong, but you hope it'll just go away if you don't look too closely. But problems don't fix themselves, and neither do people. Sometimes you have to look under the hood. When someone says they're fine, it's worth taking a second look, asking a follow-up question, or just sitting with them in silence until they're ready to talk. It's about being present, even when it's uncomfortable. For a lot of guys, asking for help feels like defeat. We're taught to be self-reliant, to handle our own problems. But the truth is, everyone needs support sometimes. It's not weakness, it's human. Our job as friends is to make vulnerability normal, to show that it's okay to talk about what's really going on, even if it's messy or hard to put into words. When we open up, we give others permission to do the same. Sometimes it's as simple as sending a text that says, "Hey, I noticed you seemed off today. If you want to talk, I'm here." Or making time for a coffee, even if you're both busy. Those small gestures can mean the world to someone who's struggling. It's about reading the signs and having the guts to say, "Are you really fine?" Because we can talk if you're not. It takes courage to ask, and sometimes even more courage to answer honestly. But that's how real connections are built. That one extra question, that moment of genuine concern, can make all the difference. It can be the thing that helps your friend open up, or at least feel less alone in whatever they're going through. Remember, friendship isn't just about the good times. It's about showing up when things get tough, and being willing to have the hard conversations. It's about listening, even when you don't have all the answers. So next time you hear, "I'm fine," don't let it be the end of the conversation. Sometimes it's just the beginning of a much more important one. Your willingness to ask, to listen, and to care could be exactly what your friend needs. Why is it so hard for men to talk? It's not genetics, it's training. From day one, we're told, don't cry, be tough, never show weakness. We carry invisible weight and pretend it's nothing. This man-up culture traps us between needing connection and fearing vulnerability. Most guys have an emotional vocabulary of 3 words: happy, angry, hungry. Everything else gets lost. So anger covers sadness, silence covers fear, and "I'm fine" covers everything else. Breaking this cycle means creating safe spaces for real talk. Every time you let a friend open up, you chip away at that wall. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about helping each other back up. The backpack is heavy for everyone. It's lighter when we carry it together. Let's start sharing the load. You've noticed your friend's off. Maybe he's quieter than usual, skipping out on plans, or just not himself. It's easy to wonder if you should say something, or if you're overthinking it. But trust your gut. Sometimes, just noticing is the first step to helping someone who's struggling. Starting the conversation doesn't need a grand speech. Just show you care. You don't have to have all the right words or a perfect plan. What matters most is that you're reaching out, letting your friend know you see him and you're there for him. Even a small gesture can mean a lot. A simple text can break the ice. Try something like, "Hey man, you seem a little off. Everything cool?" It doesn't have to be complicated or heavy. Sometimes, just letting him know you've noticed can open the door to a real conversation. Keep it low pressure. You're opening a door, not forcing it. The goal isn't to make him talk right away, but to let him know you're there if he wants to. Sometimes just being present and available is enough to help someone feel less alone. Sometimes a text is easier than a call. It gives him space to respond when he's ready. If you're not sure what to say, you can always suggest hanging out or doing something together. It's less about the words and more about showing up. Try inviting him to something simple like let's grab food or want to watch the game. These casual invites can make it easier for him to open up without feeling like he's under a spotlight. Hanging out makes talking easier. When you're side by side, doing something together, it takes the pressure off. Sometimes the best conversations happen when you're just chilling, not staring each other down across a table. While you're together, casually check in again. For real, how have you been? It's okay to ask twice, especially if the first answer was just, I'm fine. Sometimes it takes a little time for someone to open up, and showing you care enough to ask again can make a difference. Don't expect him to open up right away. Be patient and consistent. Trust takes time, and sometimes people need to know you're really there for the long haul before they share what's on their mind. Just being a steady presence can help him feel safe. The goal isn't a confession, it's to show you care. You're not trying to fix everything in one conversation, you're just letting him know he's not alone and that you're someone he can count on no matter what. Even if he brushes it off, you've planted a seed. Sometimes people aren't ready to talk, but they remember who reached out. Your check-in might be the thing that helps him open up later when he's ready. You're building trust. Showing your friendship is a safe place. Over time, these small moments add up. He'll know you're someone he can turn to, even if it takes a while for him to get there. If he says, nah, I'm good, you've still succeeded. You showed up. You let him know you care, and that's huge. Sometimes just knowing someone's in your corner makes all the difference. That's more than half the battle. Mission check-in complete. Remember, it's not about having all the answers. It's about being there, showing up, and letting your friend know he matters. That's how real support starts. So your friend starts talking. Now what? Most of us think we're good listeners, but real listening is a skill that takes intention and practice. It's not just about hearing words. It's about being present, tuning in, and making the other person feel truly heard. In a world full of distractions, this is more valuable than ever. The first step, resist the urge to fix everything. When someone opens up, it's tempting to jump in with advice or solutions, but often what people need most is simply to be heard, not to be fixed. Hold back on offering answers and just let them talk. Your job is to listen, really listen. That means putting your phone away, turning off notifications, and giving your friend your full attention. Even small distractions can make someone feel unimportant, so show them they matter by being fully present. Make eye contact, nod. These simple gestures let your friend know you're engaged. Your body language speaks volumes. Lean in, face them, and show you're with them in the moment. Offer small verbal cues like yeah or that sounds tough. These little acknowledgments encourage your friend to keep sharing and show you're following along. These small signals, both verbal and nonverbal, show you're present. Sometimes a gentle smile or a supportive nod can mean more than any words. Be a sponge, absorb, don't judge. Let their words sink in without immediately forming your own response. Try to understand their feelings and perspective, even if you don't agree. Avoid phrases like you should have, or why didn't you? These can make someone feel criticized or misunderstood, and often shut people down. Instead, ask open-ended questions that invite them to share more. Try asking, how did that make you feel? Or what was that like for you? These questions show you care about their experience, not just the facts. Or ask, what's been hardest about that? And then embrace the silence. Don't rush to fill every pause. Sometimes the most meaningful moments happen in the quiet after a question. Give your friends space to gather their thoughts. Sometimes the most important things come out after a pause. Silence can be uncomfortable, but it's often where real connection happens. Don't rush to fill the void. Listening is a skill. And like any skill, it takes practice. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Remember, you don't need perfect answers, just undivided attention. Your presence is often more powerful than any advice you could give. In a distracted world, your focus is a real gift. When you give someone your full attention, you're telling them they matter, that their story is worth hearing. Sometimes just being there is enough. You don't have to have all the answers or say the perfect thing. Your willingness to sit with someone, even in silence, can be deeply comforting. Let your friend know they matter. A gentle touch, a kind word, or simply your steady presence can make all the difference. That's what real listening looks like. It's not about fixing, judging, or rushing. It's about showing up, being present, and letting someone know they're not alone. You don't have to be a hero or have all the answers. Trying to fix your friend can make him feel like a project, not a person. Think of it like learning guitar. You wouldn't play the song for him, you'd sit with him and encourage him. Same with emotional struggles. Be there, not the expert. It's powerful to admit, I don't know what I do, but I'm here for you. That shows humility and solidarity. You're not his therapist, you're his friend. Your presence is more valuable than advice. Let go of the need to fix it. He's looking for connection, not solutions. Just being there gives him strength to keep going. That's the real heroic act. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. The new bro code is about support. Small, practical things that help. Offer real help. let me grab you lunch, or need a hand with anything? If he's isolating, keep inviting him, even if he says no. We're watching the game Saturday, no pressure, but you're always welcome. It reminds him he's still part of the group. Sometimes just hang out, watch a movie, play games, go for a drive. You don't have to talk about the problem. Normalcy is comforting. Your steady presence is what matters. These small acts are the pillars of real friendship. Show up, stay present, and let him know you're not going anywhere. That's how you support a friend. Sometimes friendship isn't enough. Your friend needs professional help. Watch for big changes, withdrawing, sleeping too much or too little, major mood swings, substance abuse, or talk of hopelessness. These are serious signs. Suggesting therapy isn't a betrayal, it's strength. Say, you're carrying a lot. I'm here, but maybe a pro could help too. Offer to help with logistics, finding a therapist, making a call. If you think your friend is in immediate danger, act. Tell someone, a family member, a crisis line, anyone who can help. In the US and Canada, call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's better to risk your friend being mad than losing him. Your job is to keep him safe, even if it's hard. Supporting a friend isn't a one-time thing. Real struggles take time. There are ups and downs. Your support needs to be steady and patient. Some days will be good, others tough. Don't get discouraged. Be a stable presence. Your friendship isn't just for the good times. Take care of yourself too. You can't help if you're running on empty. Set boundaries when you need to. Celebrate small victories. A walk outside, a real conversation. These are big wins. Your consistent friendship is the foundation for recovery. It's a quiet, steady commitment. Show up, day after day. That's what real friendship looks like. We've covered the secret language of I'm fine, why guys build walls, and how to break them down. This isn't just advice, it's a toolkit for real friendship. True strength is vulnerability, and making space for others to be real. Be the friend who's ready to hear the honest answer. You don't have to be perfect, just try. Every check-in, every real conversation is a step toward better friendships. Now it's your turn. Think of a friend who might need this. Reach out, send a text, make a call, and share this message. The more we talk, the stronger we all get. Let's look out for each other, for real. Pass it on.